are you ready?
大丈夫です。
Okay, good afternoon or good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Dr. Takahiro Kanno, the director of International Exchange Office of Shimane University's Faculty of Medicine. Let's get started. Today's international panel discussion for SDGs. As you know, in September 2015, the General Assembly of the United Nations adopted the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. The member states pledged their commitment to 17 Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, and 169 targets intended to ensure that all us human beings can fulfill their potential in dignity and equality and in a healthy environment. The SDGs reflect a new understanding that today's health and development challenges are increasingly complex, integrated, and interlinked each other. So we are all healthcare providers and healthcare professionals. So SDGs goal number 3 exclusively addresses health, but health in the SDGs goes beyond SDG goal number 3 with core health issues also residing in other goals. So any 17 goals are interlinked to each other. So we all would like to discuss very important SDGs for our professionals of healthcare providers. So first of all, I would like to introduce my co-worker, the Dr. Yuhei Matsuda from the Department of Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery. And Dr. Matsuda is going to introduce our implementation of SDGs for us medical and dental professionals. So Dr. Matsuda, could you prepare your presentation? And welcome to this session from Indonesia. Today, we have had 22 Indonesian colleagues, 7 MD doctors, medical doctors, and 10 dental doctors, and 7 more students. Welcome to attend this session.
Thank you.
So, Dr. Matsuda, are you ready for our
introduction? Can you see my slide?
Yes, I can see your slide.
Okay.
So first of all, we'd like to introduce. So let's get started.
Thank you. Thank you for the introduction. I'm Yuhei Matsuda from Department of Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery. Now I will present introduction and activities of Shimane University Faculty of Medicine. First, overview and Shimane Prefecture and Shimane University. Do you all know where Shimane Prefecture is in Japan? This picture is Izumo Taisha, Japan's most famous and oldest mystical shrine. Population is about 700,000. Prefecture capital is Matsue City. Shimane University is divided to 2 campuses, Matsue campus and Izumo campus. This picture is Matsue campus. The Matsue campus has non-medical faculties such as the Faculty of Law and the Faculty of Science and Engineering. Also, Matsue campus have a graduate school respectively. This picture is Izumo campus. The Izumo campus has Faculty of Medicine, which includes the School of Medicine and the School of Nursing. Of course, there is a Graduate School of Medical Research. Shimane University has had various international exchange programs with many countries. In 2021, there were 11th exchange, 12 exchange students from Europe, 1 from the Middle East, 10 from the North America, 1 from South America, 1 from Africa, and 1 from Oceania. The region with the largest number of exchange students is Asia, where we had 86 students so far. Next, I would like to introduce what we are acting for SDGs at Shimane University. This slide shows SDGs initiative at Shimane University. This picture shows the action of striving to make Shimane a global leader in advanced metal materials. This action corresponds to the SDGs goals of number 7, clean energy, and number 9, technological innovation. This picture shows elucidation of intercellular symbiosis. These activities are related to the SDGs, safe water, number 6, and clean energy, number 7. This picture shows nurturing global mindsets through Tanzania's women education support activities. These activities are related to the SDGs, number 1, poverty reduction, and number 4, quality education. This picture shows active promotion of diversity. This action is related to the SDGs number 5, gender equality, and number 8, job satisfaction. Then, I will present the initiatives of our Shimane University Faculty of Medicine. So our Faculty of Medicine has 2 goals. One is the training and fostering of medical professionals with professionalism and an international perspective, as well as a local perspective. The other is the promotion of basic and clinical research, contributing to the international and local community. So, Shimane University Faculty of Medicine is contributing to so many goals of SDGs, like number 3, health and welfare, number 11, town development, and number 16, peace and fairness, and so on. Our fundamental principle of Shimane University Hospital is the harmonization of community medicine and advanced medicine. Our hospital is also contributing to several goals of SDGs. So far, we have held learning sessions related to the SDGs and active discussions with graduate students from various countries to promote a deeper understanding of the SDGs in our university and hospital. So, what should we, the medical professional, act for the SDGs? Let's discuss this internationally important topic with you today. We have 2 topics today. Question 1, in your country, in your university, or in your hospital, how and what do you try to implement SDGs now? Question 2, if you could have a collaborative academic relationship with Shimane University, Japan, what would be potential benefit in your future SDGs? Shall we get started? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Matsuda. So this is the introduction of our implementation of SDGs for medical professionals. So let's move on to the Indonesian side. And could you please introduce your implementation and what you are doing and what you are acting for SDGs in your country, in your university, in your hospital, as medical professionals, healthcare providers. So welcome, Dr. Fadil. So you will be the first speaker of your Indonesian side.
Yeah, the first speaker is our vice dean, Dr. Siti Fadila. Dr. Siti Fadila.
Dr. Siti Fadila. Nice to see you. So Dr. Fadila.
Konbanwa, Professor.
Glad to see. Nice to see you.
Meet you.
So can you please introduce your action or implementation of SDGs from your profession?
Okay, thank you very much. Can you hear my voice clearly, Professor?
Yes, we can hear you very clearly. Well.
Okay, thank you. Let me try to share my slides first.
Yeah, it'll be okay. So thank you very much for attending, participating in this session. There's so many, the medical doctors, dental doctors, and students. Yeah, that's a very international, nice discussion. Can you share the screen?
Sumimasen Sensei, can the host help me to share the screen? I can't share it.
Okay, Fadil, can you help her?
Okay. Please one more time sharing your slide. Maybe. Okay.
Okay.
Here comes. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, konbanwa, dear Professor Takahiro Kano and all participants. First of all, I would like to say thank you so much for this chance. My name is Siti Fadila Umar Mataliti, DDS PhD, as Vice Dean of Academic Affairs. Sumimasen, Professor, I represent my Dean to support Dr. Fadil to discuss the SDGs in our university and our faculty. My dean and me also postgraduated from Japan also. My dean from Okayama University, while me from Kyushu University. Hopefully, Prof. Takahiro Kano can give Dr. Fadil a chance to study in Shimane University. And my dean also send best regard to all of you in here, especially for Professor Takahiro Kano. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Let me start my presentation about SDGs in our university and our faculty. Next slide, Dr. Fadil, please. This is an overview of our university. Our university name is Universitas Muslim Indonesia, abbreviated to UMI. Some people call UMI, UMI. Our university established in 1954, and it was the first university in the east of Indonesia. Our accreditation is A from BANPT, National Accreditation Body for University. Next slide. UMI is in Makassar City. It's the capital city of South Sulawesi Province, and it's one of main central cities in Indonesia. Our university quiet strategies in south of Sulawesi, because in South Sulawesi we have an international airport and also a port. Next slide. In UMI, Universitas Muslim Indonesia, we have 12 faculty for undergraduate program, Faculty of Economic and Business, Faculty of Islam Studies, Faculty of Pharmacy, Faculty of Law, Faculty of Computer Science, Faculty of Medicine, Faculty of Fisheries and Marine Sciences, Faculty of Public Health, Faculty of Agriculture, Faculty of Dentistry, Faculty of Culture Science, and the last is Faculty of Engineering. Next slide. UMI also have 11 magister program and 3 doctoral program. Next slide. And this is an overview for our faculty of dentistry, Universitas Muslim Indonesia. Our faculty established in 2012, and until now, we have 33 lecturers, 1 professor, 4 doctoral, 12 dental specialist education. But we also have a collaborate with another faculty in Universitas Muslim Indonesia, such as medical faculty and pharmacy. We also collaborate with one of biggest government university, that is Universitas Hasanuddin. Sometimes the lecture from that university came to our campus. And until now, we have alumni about 200 and active student 444, and like another faculty of dentistry in Indonesia, we consist of 2 programs. Therefore, that is undergraduate degree of dentistry and dental professional or co-assistant program. Next slide. These are some of our alumni. Most of them work in a suitable major. There are civil servant in hospital, and then there are also a doctor military, private dental practice, and also most of them have a dental specialist program right now. Sumimasen, there's the chat. Can you please switch off? In our faculty of dentistry, we have 9 departments. Department of Oral Medicine, Department of Dental Public Health, Department of Oral Radiology, Department of Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery, Department of Conservative Dentistry and Endodontic, Department of Periodontology, Department of Pedodontic, Department of Orthodontic, and the last is Department of Prosthodontics. Next slide. These are some our main facilities in our campus. There is a room for discussion, and then there's also room for a clinical skill lab. We have 72 dental simulators, and also we have a room. Also a room for practical work. Next slide. Another main facilities that we also have a small auditorium and a MOS and CBT room. CBT room means a computer-based test room. And also we have a dental hospital in our faculty. Next slide. These are some our activities in our faculty. There's undergraduate of dentistry graduation, mini thesis seminar, DDS graduation, active learning, and there's also social services that sometimes we have, but due to the pandemic, we cannot do it anymore. Next slide. This is an overview or from our dental hospital. It's a small hospital, can say. Next slide. This is the facilities. Next slide. Medical record room, and we have a simple sterilizer. Next slide. This is some activities in clinical, some activities of a clinical student in our hospital. Next slide. We have also dental x-rays, digital and dental x-rays. Next slide. This is the facility, one of facility room in dental hospital. Next slide. We also have an emergency room and operating room. Next slide. Thank you so much, Sensei.
Thank you very much for introducing your facility and your hospital. So in your hospital, how you can try to act for SDGs actually? If you have specific goals, can you please introduce your...
Sumimasen, Sensei, maybe about our SDGs program in our faculty and our hospital will explain by Dr. Fadil.
Fadil, okay.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for introduction to your hospital. Okay, so let's move on to Dr. Fadil. So you can explain the implementation of...
Okay, thank you very much, Professor Takahiro.
So your university Muslim Indonesia and our university, Simon University, have had an agreement of sister relationship on academic collaboration. So that's a very important international collaboration work in terms of academia. So Fadil, are you ready?
Okay.
You may begin your talk.
Okay, can you see my slides?
Yes, clearly.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much for this opportunity. Let me introduce myself first. I am Fadil Abdil Arifin. I am a lecturer of Department of Conservative Dentistry and Endodontics in Faculty of Dentistry, Universitas Muslim Indonesia. So, thank you so much for the invitation, Professor. I think this is the global issue that we have to discuss. Okay, first of all, before I start my thoughts about SDGs, let me deliver about SDGs in Indonesia first. Okay, according to Ministry of National Development Planning of the Republic of Indonesia, we have roadmap of SDGs Indonesia, and the key issues is about health, education, social protection, food security, sustainable agriculture, and infrastructure. And then for our fields in dentistry and in the medicine, we have goal number 3, good health and well-being. And these are a problem that Indonesia still face: maternal and infant mortality, tuberculosis incidence, percentage of smoking in adolescents, prevalence of obesity in adult population, total fertility rate, and coverage of national health insurance. Okay, talking about SDGs at Universitas Muslim Indonesia, we have a conference that held annually in Universitas Muslim Indonesia called International Conference on Halal Policy, Culture, and Sustainability Issues. So this conference talking about main topics: food processing, industrial engineering and mining, environment, information, communication and technology, pharmacy, medicine and public health, disaster management, marine, ocean and geography, bioscience and technology, education, social behavior and culture, economy Sharia and Sharia banking, and law and literacy. So I think these all topics is related to most of the goals of SDGs. Related to number 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. Okay, and then Universitas Muslim Indonesia has fostered villages in rural area of South Sulawesi province. So in this project, in this program, all of the lecturers visit the village, that foster village, and then try to analyze the problem of the village, and then we help how to solve the problem of the village. So we have programs like waste utilization, and then learning, teaching about Islamic sciences, and then teaching about basic computer sciences, and then sharing about health education in midwifery, and then dental health education. And we teach about management of village office for the officer, for the officer of the village. These are the pictures of the programs. Okay, regarding to question number 1, in your country, in your university, and in your hospital, how and what do you try to implement SDGs now? Okay, so our SDGs implementation, the first is, I think this is the very important thing before we spread the SDGs. We have to socialize first to build the awareness about sustainable development goals to the people. I think we have socialized, we have socialized, and then a discussion group about SDGs. I think this is the important thing before we start the implementation. Okay, the second is dental health education for especially for our Faculty of Dentistry. According to data from Ministry of Health of the Republic of Indonesia, we have baseline health research in 2018, and then it showed proportion of oral health problem is about 57.6%. Is a high proportion, I think. And then Indonesia has very high caries prevalence under 12 years old. It's about 93%. It's very, very high caries prevalence, I think. And then proportion of correct brushing teeth behavior is very, very low. It's only 2.8%. So from this data, we know that dental health status of Indonesia is very, very low. And then number 3, in this pandemic era, our faculty has innovation of dental consultation. So we call it as teledentistry. So many changes in oral health behavior during this pandemic. So people are difficult to access dental health services. So I think this method, teledentistry, is an effective and efficient method. And then it's quite easy because it's only using chat application to make consultation between the dentist and the patient. And then number 4, conducting traditional herbal in dental research. Okay, for information, Indonesia is a big country. Indonesia is an archipelago country, and then is tropical country. So Indonesia has so many various plants and herbal. Yeah, in the picture, one of them is Moringa oleifera. Moringa oleifera has many benefits in Indonesia culture for foods, supplements, skincare, medicine, and also dental material. So in our faculty, we have some researches about this traditional herbal as root canal irrigant, and it has antibacterial effects against Enterococcus faecalis. And then we have other traditional herbal, like in the picture, for medicament, root canal medicaments, and irrigation as well. Okay, talking about the question number 2, Professor Kano, if you could have a collaborative academic relationship with Shimane University, Japan, what would be potential benefits in your future SDGs? So The potential benefits are first, providing chance for lecturers to study abroad in Shimane University. Of course, yeah. When a lecturer visit and study abroad in Shimane University, they can cultural exchange. They will receive scientific information exchange, and then for our faculty, especially increasing competitive human resources. And then number two, enriching dental research experiences. In fact, in Indonesia, we have so many limitations to do researches because due to lack of modern materials and equipment. So if we have collaboration in Shimane University, we can utilizing modern materials and equipment from Shimane University, also developing various research methods, and then maybe join researches. And then the last but not least, of course, student exchange. So from from the student exchange, we can share about culture exchange, including Japan language, and then building relationships, and then improving students' communication skills. And the important one is the student can respect differences and diversity. Yeah, I think that's all about my presentation. Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you. Terima kasih.
Thank you very much, Terima kasih. That was a wonderful presentation. It is a good chance for us Japanese and Shimane University to know that what you are doing now and what you can expect and anticipate because you are coming to join the Shimane University as a PhD student from next April. So, Fadil, after you complete the future PhD, and then after you go back to Indonesia after the completion of PhD research, what can be strengthened for SDGs? Just an idea will be welcoming. Yeah, if you have a comment.
Maybe I want to fix the dental health status that I said before, that our Indonesian dental status is very, very low. So I think when I study abroad in Shimane University and I got so many experiences and then so many knowledge about dentistry, so I can apply it in Indonesia maybe.
Thank you very much. That's a very wonderful comment. And we, Shimane University, really welcome your Indonesian exchange students and, of course, the PhD students for graduate school in the field of medical research. Yeah, thank you very much, Fadil. So are there any comments or questions from the participants audience? Any comments or suggestions are welcoming. If you have any questions or comments, can you please start to talk? Is that okay? Okay, thank you, Fadil. So let's move on to the next presenter. Next presenter will be Dr. Hania. Yeah, from the medical field. So Dr. Hania, a medical doctor, can you please share your screen and can you please explain your implementation of SDGs and what will be, yeah, okay, from the medical field. Yeah, can you please start your presentation?
Thank you, Prof. Good evening, everyone. I am Hania. I am a medical doctor. I'm also an internist in my hospital. I'm also a magister of Department Reproductive and Family Health in Public Health faculty. And then talking about SDGs is a very important topic because we are in here together and we have to act together to reach the SDGs in 2030, inshallah. And then we are talking about my hospital and what we are doing in our hospital. So this one is Ilagaligo Hospital, so far away from Makassar. It's about 12 hours from Makassar, but we are popular with our nickel mining. So is one of rich regency also in South Sulawesi, Indonesia. So with a total population almost 300,000 population. And then Lagaligo Hospital, also a regional general hospital. So it's operated by the government in East Lu Regency. So actually in our hospital, we have 4 points, the 4 points in SDGs. The number 1 is zero hunger, because a very big topic now is malnutrition. Malnutrition is not only undernourished, but also overnourished. This one is a very big issue because it's become related to non-communicable diseases like diabetes mellitus, hypertension, and etc. So we already have a nutrition and diet polyclinic. What we have to do is just screening the patient, and also we have to describe do the patient become undernourished or overnourished. That's a very big homework for us also, but because we have to reduce all the communicable diseases. And then the main point of the SDGs is have to collaborate with all sectors in our agency, not only the hospital, not only the government, but also the community itself. So we have to make a commitment together. So become in the Indonesia, malnutrition is a very big issue because especially in children, undernourished is a very big problem. But alhamdulillah, in our regency, it's already finished. We don't have any other malnutrition in pediatrician, but we have big problem with overnourished. That's one. What we have to do is a comprehensive treatment. So not only the internist, not only the pediatrician, but we have to make a collaboration. So that's one what we do in our hospital. So nutrition and diet polyclinic is a very big solution for us to overcome this problem. And then good health and well-being, number 3 SDGs, is a very big issue and very have a complicated problem because it's not about the diseases, but it's not only about the diseases, but also the money. So universal health coverage is number 1 for me, actually. But alhamdulillah, in our agency, all population is already covered by government. So we hope there will be no more a reason why they don't go to the hospital because money, because our government already covered their health with BPJS in our country. So a big problem in our agency is communicable diseases, especially tuberculosis. Is tuberculosis like an unsolved problems from the old time until right now, because it's not only the tracing, the diagnostic, but how we educated patient to eat the medicine in 4-6 months. That's a big problem. So what the resolution now is communicable diseases like tuberculosis is not one disease only, but also complicated by diabetes mellitus, for example, but also in pregnancy. So we collaborate with all the TB, tuberculosis team, internist team, and the pediatrician team, and then also the obstetrician to screening to find out if there is something, if the patient have a potential to be infected tuberculosis in next time. And then the same time with HIV and malaria. But the tuberculosis is a very big case in our agency. So in maternal and infant mortality, fertility rate, we already collaborate, and we already regularly meeting with this team because it's a very big issue. If there is something, if there is one death of maternal infant mortality, and it will become a very big issue in our hospital. So we have to solve it together. And then nutrition status, like what we talked about before, emergency cases. Of course, we have to fulfill it with all the equipment, with the standard, high standard equipment. No smoking area. That's a very habit that we are already so difficult to reduce. No smoking area. And in this pandemic area, we already make innovation with online registration, so it can make it less in transmission of the COVID-19. Even we are not a university hospital, we also do research, even it's just a small research, to make a priority which one of the problem what we have to make a priority in this, what we have to solve, because sometimes finding money is very hard for our hospital to make it work, to make some program work. So we have to make a priority which one we have to solve first. And then also telemedicine, especially for the ear, nose, and throat polyclinic. And then gender equality is also, we talk about more about the reproductive system, about the female genital mutilation, health reproduction, and then also we already collaborate with the government and then the health office in this our regency, to be sometimes the specialists become a speaker in the socialization with the community. So we have to socialize what we have, what our knowledge. So not only reproductive is not only with the woman, but also with the man. So there will be a gender equality in here. And then clean and water sanitation. Well, actually, hospital not really have a very big impact in here, because we just, if there's someone go to our hospital with enteritis, for example, what we do just determining the causes of enteritis. So is it related with the clean water and sanitary? If it's correlated, so we have to report it to the Regency Health office. Then they have to solve this problem, because actually in our Regency, clean water and sanitation is not a problem anymore. So it's all very I think we are already done with this number 6 SDGs in our country. So what we have to do now, SDGs is a very big dream. We have to solve it together, not only by thinking the policy, not only thinking by the idea, but the main point is acting. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Yeah, Dr. Hania, thank you very much for your wonderful presentation, and that was really comprehensive and covered every aspect of from your side. And you told us that our medical professionals not only contribute to goal number 3, but also to various goals like higher education as goal number 4, and gender equality, and the many targets and goals are correlated to each other. So Hania, so you gave us a very comprehensive present the action, especially regarding clinical field and the action for society. But what about the medical education? What can be contributing to SDGs in terms of education in medical field?
Yes.
So
yes,
so medical education can contribute to gender equality, and also what other targets can be considered?
Yes. Yes, Professor. What we are talking about the medical education, what we have with our knowledge, we can share it with the population. And then what we have to do is not only what we want is everyone in this our regency have a higher knowledge about education, about health and education. Then so they realize that health is very important. Then the next issue is health is especially in reproductive health, is the problem is not in women only, but also in men, because for example, fertility is not only in women, but also in men. Thank you, Professor.
That's a wonderful additional comment and suggestion. Thank you very much. So could you prepare the the presentation from next speaker. And during the preparation, are there any questions or comments from the audience? If you have any comments, can you please start to talk? Just interrupt. Are there any questions? Okay, let's move on to the fourth speaker, Dr. Dedi. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dr. Dedi.
Dr. Dedi.
Okay, Sensei.
Very nice to see you.
Nice to meet you, Sensei. Hajimemashite.
Hajimemashite.
Well, let me share my screen.
Yes, good. Thank you very much. So can you please introduce the implementation of SDGs? You may begin your speech.
Hi. Okay. Thank you very much. Konbanwa minasang, hajimemashite, watashi wa Dedi desu. Good evening, everybody. The Honorable of Professor Takahiro Kano, thanks for the chance that has given to me to give some presentation or my opinion about the SDGs. Well, let me introduce first. My name is Dedi Arwansa. I'm a dentist. Currently now I'm living in Tobetsu, Hokkaido. I'm first year PhD student here in Oral Medicine and Pathology Department, Health Science University of Hokkaido. This one, as we know, I'm living in Hokkaido, and Hokkaido is the second largest island of Japan and comprise the largest and northernmost prefecture and the capital city of Sapporo, and the population is more than 5 million. And yeah, Hokkaido is the coldest area in Japan because it's located in northernmost in Japan. But here the nature is so beautiful. So if you wanna come or visit Hokkaido, please let me know. Okay. Next, yeah, this is I will talk a little bit about my university. This is Health Science University of Hokkaido. This is one of the private university in Japan, and they have 7 schools. The first is School of Paramedical Science, School of Dentistry, School of Nursing and Social Service, School of Psychological Science, School of Rehabilitation Science, School of Medical Technology, and Dental Hygiene School attached to School of Dentistry. Currently here in Health Science University of Hokkaido, there is 100 international students here, which is for the PhD student, for the graduate, postgraduate student is more than 20, and the other is undergraduate student. And this is my department. I'm in division of oral medicine and pathology, and my professor is Yoshihiro Abiko Sensei. And our main research here in my department is there is 4 our main major there that are epithelial antimicrobial peptide in oral health and disease, involved in epigenetic in oral disease, application of epithelial rest malaise for tissue regeneration, and elucidation of the pathogenesis of the medically unexplained oral symptom. Well, if we talk about the Sustainable Development Goals in Indonesia, as we know, the United Nations collaborate with government of Indonesia, and they want to make the prosperous, democratic, and justice, where development benefits all people and where the rights of future generations are protected. And with the motto of leaving no one behind, it means prioritizing people's dignity and placing the progress of the most marginalized and vulnerable communities first. The central and transformative promise has become more important than ever to address the impact of COVID-19 pandemic and work towards a sustainable, resilient, and inclusive recovery. As we know here, there is 70 goals of the SDGs. And then I want to give some example. There's so many examples of Indonesian goal for SDGs, but I only pick one of. There is then goal number 2. There is that is zero hunger. So in Indonesia, there is 30.8% of Indonesian children under 5 is stunted in 2018. So yeah, Indonesian poor children are almost twice as likely to suffer from stunting than their better off peers. So in our target in Indonesia, we want to decrease the zero hunger, become 10% the prevalence of stunting in 2030 with the intervention scenario. And how we do that, and here the government policy that we want to do from 2020 until 2024, the strategy here. Those are guaranteeing the fulfillment of basic food needs for low-income household and disaster-affected community, and so on. And for the Sustainable Development Goals in Health Science University of Hokkaido, actually, I'm not really know about the detail in my university, but let me just explain a little bit as far as I know. And as far as I know, today university faces strong demand for professionals to respond to various needs of our society. So our university is highly regarded by the outside community and has received outstanding recommendation for its original contribution among all medical-based university nationwide. And for the sustainable development goals in my university, there are some activity we did here. We are doing here, such as the researcher and so on. But I just give some example of some experiment here are ongoing. That it's like from some of teacher here or sensei here doing some research in genetic conducted in the laboratory in my university, and that one about the cancer, and that one is the aim of this research is for goal number 1, no poverty, and of course about the goal health and well-being. And another also, some teacher always give the lecture for the base course for the student here about the importance of stomatognetic or chewing system, and it's conduct or relates to goals number 3, 4, 5, and 10. And yeah, I want to explain to all the participants also. Here I'm joined to some Indonesian Student Association in Japan, the branch of Hokkaido. So one of our project in the few months later, we want to do some scientific meeting, and the theme is about SDGs, best research to support Indonesia into advanced nation by 2045. So in our this seminar or scientific meeting, we will conduct 5 major. Those are information and communication technology, engineering and advanced technology, environment and natural science, social and human science, and health and life science. So we are here as Indonesian students. We still have the chance, or we still caring about the SDGs, and we also want to make our country Indonesia to become developed country, and also we can contribute to in our worldwide. And for me, in the future, if I could have a chance to do collaborative academic relationship with Simana University, of course, I would be thankful and very glad if I could have a chance to do it. And my future plan are still doing some research in oral cancer therapy, and will apply and conduct what I have done to my country and the worldwide, so that it could reach the SGS in the future. Thank you very much. Domo arigatou gozaimasu. Yoroshiku no deshimasu.
Thank you very much for your nice presentation. So you are now in Hokkaido. That was very surprising that, and
Yes,
you have already been proceeding the SDGs based research in Health Science University in Hokkaido, and your student association is wonderful, just very surprising, and yeah, the title of the assembly that was based on SDGs based research.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a very good slogan and target for your research. So after you finish the PhD research in Hokkaido, and what kind of what targets can be strengthened and you can feed back into Indonesian people or society? What do you think? Which targets can be more
Thank you
strengthened?
for the question. So because I'm here as the PhD student after I finish my study here, that I will go back to my country. Of course, I will increase the health condition of my citizen in my country. That one is the goals number 3. That what I've done, what I've did, I mean, I get all the information and all the knowledge in my university here, such as about the oral cancer or epigenetic things. That one is very less information in my country, so I can apply that, and I hope and I wish I could make my country become a developed country in the future.
Wow, that was a very strong and wonderful comment, and I'm very happy. And yeah, can you please break your legs in Hokkaido? And I'm sure that you can complete and yeah, your PhD research in Hokkaido in Japan.
Thank you very much.
Okay, let's move on to the discussion session. Are there any questions or comments from the audience? For today, the Indonesian students and our Japanese students are also attending this international conference, a panel discussion. Are there any questions or comments from the undergraduate students, if it's possible? No questions, no comments? So could you please let me introduce our head of the hospital, the Professor Shina, the director of our university hospital is joining today. Professor Shina, if it's possible, could you please give us your... Yes.
We have one more presenters from Indonesia.
Oh, really? Excuse me. You said 4 presenters, but you have one more presenter? Okay.
Yeah. Please, Dr. Yosi.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. Hajimasa Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Takahiro Kano Sensei. I'm Yosi Wanita. I'm from Hasanuddin University. I'm a lecturer in Faculty of Dentistry, Hasanuddin University, specifically in oral maxillofacial surgery. And it is an honor for me to be here tonight and this evening. Thank you very much, Dr. Fadil, for inviting me to share a little bit about the Sustainable Development Goals. I've been seeing all the presentations from the fellows here, and everything is very good. Everything is very great, and it is a very great opportunity for us to share here about the things that we do about the Sustainable Development Goals. Because if we don't think or do something about this, so we cannot think what we will be in the next 30 or maybe 50 years from now. I mean, in the future. So this is like to keep ourselves, etc. So I'm going to share about the Sustainable Development Goals that already been performed in Hasanuddin University, and specifically maybe some similar act that already being performed in our faculty, in dentistry faculty, Hasanuddin University. Slide, please. Slide. Okay, so if you want to know about the SDGs in Hasanuddin University, you can actually open our link in sdgcenter.org. unhas.ac.id. As you can see, we already have more than 20 course and training related to the SDGs, and we already have 50 so-on innovation, 300 publications, and more than 100 collaborations according to all of the item of SDGs in Hasanuddin University. Next, please. Okay, this is just a few activity that already been performed in Hasanuddin University. So in our nursery faculty, we already have a breastfeeding corner, and also there's a mental health awareness consultation. This is actually could be related to the Sustainable Development Goals number 3, 5, and 11. Next. And we also have a workshop and training about the renewable energy and how to do the waste management, because the waste management is very important for us. This could be related to the SDGs number 6, 9, 12, 13, and 15. The more complete information can be found in our link. Next. In our web in SDG Center. And we already also have a team to develop a new potential renewable energy that is clean and affordable in East Indonesia, and also how to develop a smart city, especially in Makassar. This could be related to the SDGs number 7, 11, 13, and 15. Next. Okay, and Hasan University already reached an international accreditation. Some of that is the Asian University Network Quality Assurance, the Accreditations Agency for Study Programs in Engineering, Informatics, Natural Science, and Mathematics, and also the Accreditation Board for Engineering and Technology, and the Alliance on Business Education and Scholarship for Tomorrow, a 21st Century organization. Hasanuddin University already also have educational hospital that already reach standards of GIC, the International Board for the Hospital Standard. And we already also have a dental hospital that already reached a national standard for University Dental Hospital. Next. Okay, this is actually some of our international partnership with from Hasanuddin University. As you can see, Shimane University actually one of our international partnership in Hasanuddin University, which is, I actually don't really relate the item, but if I'm not mistaken, it consists of 3 pillars of higher university, which is education, research, and also the community services. Next. Okay, this is if you open the web of Hasanuddin University, and the very bottom spot, there's a hotline, which you can see that you can read that one of the hotline or a public services is a report of justice and anti-discriminations, and also online services and people expression. So this is supposed to relate to the SDGs number 5, 10, and 16. And there's also a workshop and educations about the gender equality in the time of the pandemic. You can see this information in the Instagram of the SDGs.unhas. Next. Okay, this is our the most left. The very fine lady is our rector in Hasanuddin University, and she's also one person that really support about the implementations of SDGs in Hasanuddin University. On the middle is our dean, Professor Muhammad Ruslin. He's going to have his professor inauguration by tomorrow. He is also a very supportive person to implement the SDGs in dentistry faculty at University. And the most right is me, a little bit different, but I'm also become one of the representative to implement SDGs, especially in community services. Next. Okay, this is a little bit SDGs implementation in Faculty of Dentistry. So we often perform a charity surgery for patients with cleft lip and palate, and this is already run for the last 10 years in Faculty of Dentistry. We already collaborate to do this activity. One of our partnership international is from Toyama University, Japan Cleft Palate Foundation, Japan Cleft Lip and Palate Foundation, and then we also routinely perform a charity program to solve the problem in the community by giving health education. And we also collaborate with some of other faculty. According to the technology development in dentistry, we already built aerosol vacuum for the treatment of patients with aerosol in time of pandemic. This is related to the SDGs number 4, 10, and 17, I suppose. Next. And we also have a partnership in education and research in domestic in Indonesia and also in international that would help us to improve the quality of our education and also to hilarize all the research in our faculty. And we also choose marine biota study subject for as one of our program in dentistry faculty as an university. I suppose that this is related to the SDGs number 4, 9, and 17. That's the end of my presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your wonderful presentation, Yosi, and you Indonesian healthcare providers in the field of medicine and dentistry have already contributed to various SDG goals, and that was actually indeed wonderful and surprising. And we Japanese also should learn from your side, and especially the clinical field, research field, and academic field. You have already started to implement SDGs, and considering the field of SDGs, that was indeed wonderful. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
So are there any questions or comments from the participants? And now let me introduce our hospital director. Professor Shina is now joining. And Professor Shina, if it's possible, could you give us your suggestions and our implementation from our University of Shimane and the Shimane University Hospital, please?
Hey, hello, everyone. I'm a director of the University Hospital, and I'm a neurologist at not dentist, but my major is dental surgery and robotic surgery, and also urogenital cancer surgery I did. But we have 17 goals of sustainable development goals we have. And my major is publicly, I have to focus on partnership between Asia and Japan, and Indonesia and Japan, and also as a country is located in the western part of Japan. So I think it's very difficult to explain why we have to focus on SDGs. But the final goal we should do is establish good relations between Asia and especially Indonesia and Japan, and for the purpose of getting a good health provider and well-being provider in Japan. So we have to collaborate and each other in the future, and by the end of 2030. So And Kano Sensei is a very famous one, and he established 3D imaging-based maxillofacial surgery. That's right. That's right. And he did a great job
Thank
in
you very much.
Japan and also in Simane University Hospital.
Any?
And I think you located in Indonesia, and guys should and there's a could and establish a good work and with him. I hope so. Thank you very much for giving me a good lecture good lecture focusing on SDGs in Indonesia. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, Professor Sina. That was absolutely to the point that, as Professor Sina said, this is just the beginning for international partnership concerning SDGs. And we now should try to implement for SDGs. And this is just the beginning, really. And in our field of medical and dental professionals, we can collaborate each other internationally. And maybe we can have a strong partnership more and more. And by the end of 2030, these 17 goals can be well realized. And we should now start to think about SDGs. So now already, our time limitation has.
Yes, I just want to say terima kasih, right? Am I correct?
Yes,
Terima kasih, right?
it's the right spelling.
Bye-bye.
Nami.
Terima kasih.
Terima kasih.
Okay.
Sumasen.
So, are there any questions from the students? Now today we are okay. Dr. Nulu, excuse me.
Asaya.
Asaya.
Yes.
Okay.
Hello. Thank you for chance to get a question. My name is Ataya, and actually, I am a dental student.
Good. Thank you.
Universitas Muslim Indonesia, and the question is, what are initiative for leader or lecturer of Shimane University so that students can raise awareness and implement this SDGs system in campus life? Maybe that's my question. Thank you.
So in our excuse me, can you speak a little bit louder, please? So I couldn't hear you well due to the very okay, small volume.
My voice are here.
Okay.
My question is, what are the initiative from a leader or lecturer of Shimane University so that students can raise awareness and implement this SDGs system in campus life?
Campus life. Okay, thank you very much. We have just begun that to educate the SDGs into the undergraduate students. So today some university students from our Shimane University join participating in this session, but now this will be a very good opportunity for our undergraduate students to think about SDGs. And then we thinking about how the medical school students can be involved in SDGs in the field of medical education. So today, this is the first time for medical school students to join this session. And after this session, we edit this international panel discussion between Japanese and Indonesian. And our medical school students can watch the edit version of this session. So that was a very informative. And actually, every speaker was giving us so wonderful lecture today. So that will be your answer. But yeah, this international panel discussion will be very useful to our undergraduate school students. Thank you. Okay.
We have maybe next cooperation between us, Indonesia and Japan. So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Okay, Fadil. So now, okay, due to the time limitation, maybe we should close this session. But thank you very much for attending this international panel discussion. Just we began our international collaboration between Smart University and the Indonesian medical and dental professionals. So today, the more than 40 participants were with us today, and yeah, I just would like to say thank you for all the participants, and let me close this session. Thank you very much for wonderful international.
Thank you, Professor.
Thank you very much. See you next time.
Hey, Sensei.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.